Picture this. A protagonist battles with depression after losing someone they love. Another confronts generational trauma while searching for their identity. A third navigates a supernatural mystery that explores trust, deception, and family bonds. These aren't plot lines from prestigious drama. They're from animation shows such as Adventure Time, Infinity Train, and Gravity Falls. Yet, despite their emotional depth and loyal adult following, these series have been canceled, shortened, or constrained because executives couldn't see beyond animation's for children only stereotype. Today, I'll demonstrate why animation studios need to embrace adult audiences as a primary audience for thoughtful, character-driven storylines, rather than limiting animation to either children's entertainment or crude adult humor. As someone who has followed these shows from their beginnings through their conclusions, I've researched creator interviews, industry trends, and audience demographics that reveal a significant disconnect between what adult animation viewers want and what studios think they want. Many of us have grown up with these shows and now find ourselves in an awkward position, still loving animation, but being told it's either too childish or not explicit enough. This affects not only just our entertainment options, but how our generation's artistic preferences are valued. To understand why this shift matters, let's examine the current landscape of animation. Current animation fails to recognize and serve a growing adult audience for intelligent storylines. A premature end to the show Infinity Train exemplifies industry blindness towards adult animation viewers. Creator Dennis Owen reveals that HBO Max canceled the show after he pitched a season featuring a key character who was a 50-year-old woman as the protagonist. Executives shot the concept down because kids wouldn't relate, ignoring that the show's primary audience had aged with the series and were predominantly young adults now. This decision exemplifies how studios misunderstand their own audience and reject animation's potential. Adventure Time and Gravity Falls demonstrate animation's capacity for emotional complexity. Adventure Time evolved from a quirky kids show into a narrative exploring existential themes, loss, and personal growth. Creator Alex Hirsch fought concepts battling constant battles with Disney over Gravity Falls, mature content, and themes. Both shows built massive adult followings precisely because of their emotional intelligence, not in spite of it. The current definition for adult animation is unnecessarily narrow. Networks predominantly associate adult animation with explicit comedy like South Park or Big Mouth. This creates a false binary. Animation must be either kid-friendly or shock value-driven, missing entirely the middle ground where shows like Infinity Train exist, mature themes without explicit content. The demographic shift in animation viewership represents a cultural transformation. Millennials and Gen Z have normalized animation concepts into adulthood, unlike with previous generations. Streaming data shows that 65% of animation viewers on platforms like HBO Max and Disney Plus are over 18. Despite this shift, industry decision makers, who are often Gen X executives, maintain an outdated perception about who's watching cartoons and why. Now that we've identified the problem, let's explore a better approach to animation for adult viewerships. The solution to repositioning animation into embracing emotional maturity and sophisticated storylines, studios must expand their definition of adult animation beyond crude humor. Success stories like BoJack Horseman and Undo prove adults crave animation that addresses complex themes like mental health, trauma, and identity. Infinity Train creator Owen Dennis has advocated for a third category of animation, not just kid shows and not just explicit comedy, but mature storytelling. This approach acknowledges that maturity in storytelling comes from emotional intelligence, not just adult concept. Marketing animation to adults represents an untapped revenue opportunity. Adult viewerships have greater purchase power for merchandise, subscriptions, and events. The continued popularity of concluding series like Gravity Falls demonstrates long-term engagement potential. Adult animation viewers show high loyalty and platform retention when their preferred shows are represented. International markets, particularly in Japan, have already proven this model works through anime targeting various adult demographics. Let's envision two possible futures for animation depending on the choices studios make. The two possible futures lie before us. If studios embrace thoughtful, adult-oriented animation, canceled shows like Infinity Train could return to complete their planned arcs with mature themes they've deserved. Creators would have freedom to evolve their storytelling without artificial constraints like Adventure Time Distant Lands with Fiona and Cake. Animation would gain legitimacy as a storytelling medium rather than being dismissed as a children's format. A new golden era of animation storytelling could emerge with diverse perspectives and innovative approaches. If studios maintain the status quo, we'll continue seeing loss of innovative series that don't fit nearly into the for kids or explicit content categories. Creative talent will increasingly abandon traditional studios for independent platforms and become crowdfunding. Platforms like HBO Max and Disney Plus miss opportunities to retain the audience they need for growth. Animation will remain artificially limited and as an art form in Western marketing while continuing to thrive elsewhere. These possibilities aren't just hypotheticals, they're dependent upon the actions we take today. Now, animation has evolved far beyond its original kid-centered entertainment. Shows like Infinity Train and Adventure Time and Gravity Falls demonstrate the medium's capacity for sophisticated storytelling that resonates deeply with adult viewers. Yet, the industry remains trapped in an outdated perception that limits animation's potential and ignores a significant audience. You can help reshape how animation is created and marketed by signing petitions like Renew Infinity Train on change.org, which has gained over 80,000 signatures. Supporting sophisticated animation through your streaming choices and social media entertainment is a way of payment towards this. Direct contact with platformers via email, social media requests, more mature animation storytelling will help executives understand our new wants and desires. Participating in online discussions that highlight the value of emotional intelligent animation will also help this to occur. Animation isn't just children anymore. If it ever truly was, it's time for studios to recognize that the kids who grew up with Adventure Time, Gravity Falls, and Infinity Train are adults now with adult perceptions and adult purchase power. We deserve animation that has grown up alongside us, thoughtful, complex, and unafraid to explore the full spectrum of human experience. Let's demand animation that treats us as adults that we've become.